Please, white burden. Okay. Um, so let's read the poem, The White Man's Burden. I told you that it is written about the Filipinos. Okay. So it says, take up the white man's burden, send forth the best ye breed. So it is your duty to civilize the uncivilized people who are Filipinos, and you have to send the best people, the cream of your nation, okay, to civilize them. Go bind your sons to exile, to serve your captives, to wait in heavy harness, unfluttered folk and wild. Your new caught sullen peoples, half devil and half child. Now he is saying that you go, go there, send your best people and send your sons. Now it is a very difficult. Why has he used the word son? Because it's a very difficult task for a mother to send her son somewhere. Okay. And then he has used the word exile. You know what is the meaning of the word exile? Not traveling normally. Exile is someone when you are thrown away from a land. Okay. And why to go in exile? And you have to send your best people, your sons, in exile. For what purpose? What is the purpose behind that? To address the needs of your captive. Now, these are two contradicting ideas. Like someone who is captive, who is under your control, how can you take care of the needs of that people? But he's saying that we are, the white man is so noble, so good, okay, that he is not thinking of himself, rather he's thinking of the good of the natives, the captives who were Filipinos. He is saying you are new caught sullen people, the ones who are your captives, okay, who are colonized by you, are they are sullen people, okay? They are uncivilized people. They are barbaric people. And then he says they are half devil and half child. What are the characteristics of those people whom you need to civilize? And it's a big burden on your shoulders. What kind of characteristics do they have? They have the characteristics of being half devil and half child. Now, again, two different ideas, two contradicting ideas, okay? When we talk about a child, we say child is the most innocent one. But at the same time, child is the one who is under a training of being civilized. Like we do teach, the parents do teach the children how to behave, how to talk, how to sit, how to eat. So like this nation of Philippines, which now is going to be a colony, they people are half child. They do not even know how to sit, how to talk, how to eat. So this is the burden of the white man to civilize them. And also, not only that they are not completely trained, they are devil-like people. Okay, they are not good people. They have the characteristics of a devil. This is what is now the duty of a poor white man, that he has to serve these people and to serve this noble cause. Okay, and then he says, take up the white man's burden in second stanza, in patience to abide, to veil the threat of terror and check the show of pride by open speech and simple, and 100 times made plain to seek another's profit and work another's gain. Now, in this stanza, he's saying, you have to take the white man's burden like with patience. You have to have patience. You should not have the threat of terror, and you should take pride in this thing that you have taken the burden of this civilizing mission. And then he's saying that it is not for your own profit. When he says these lines, to seek another's profit, he says that the white man is not doing this thing for his own profit. Rather, he is doing it for the native. It is the gain of the native. So in other words, he is showing the imperial power or the colonizers, someone very selfless, who is doing such a sacred and noble cause by civilizing the natives. Okay. Do you think it is right? And this was the case? Do you think that they were not going there and making colonies like in Philippines for their own profit? Do you think that they went there for the profit of the Filipinos? Anyone from the class, please?
No, ma'am. They went there for their own profit.
Very good. Okay. So it is very much obvious that they did not go there for the gain of others, but they are defining, look, this is the colonial discourse. This is the colonial discourse which is showing that native is inferior. When he says that they are half devil and half child. And when he says that we are so selfless, means the other is who are, other means the Filipinos, okay? They are so selfish and we are so selfless. We do not think of our own profit and gain. We are just thinking of them. We just want to bring good to them, okay? And then let's move to the third stanza when he says, take up the white man's burden, the savage wars of peace. Fill full the mouth of famine. Now he is just categorizing each and every act of goodness which the colonizers are going to do with the colonized. He's saying this is a savage war of peace which you are going to perform there. And you are going to fill the mouths of those people who are deprived of even food and bid the sickness cease. And it is the colonizer who is not only going to bring them peace, he is the one who is going to fill their empty stomachs, okay, the people who are dying of starvation. And it is also the colonizer who is going to bid the sickness cease, who is going to stop the sickness there. Okay. And then he's saying, and when your goal is nearest, the end for others sought. Watch sloth and heathen folly bring all your hopes to naught. And then he is saying, when your goal is near, when you are about to achieve your goal, and what is your goal? To civilize them, to bring them food, to stop the illness there, to bring them peace, they turn thankless creatures. Okay, you are not going to have any reward for them. They are not going to thank you, rather, they will stay thankless. Now, here again, they are by in this stanza, two categories are getting defined. One is the selfless creatures who are doing every good to the other, and other is in turn, what is the other doing? It is turning thankless. Okay, so again, it is a colonial discourse in which the colonizer is defining himself as the best of the creatures. Okay, and the other as the worst of creatures. And now let's move to the fourth stanza. He says, take up the white man's burden, not worthy rule of kings, but toil of serf and sweeper. The tale of common things. The ports ye shall no enter, the roads ye shall not tread. Go make them with your living and mark them with your dead. So you need to serve them those roads, those tales, okay, which are not for them, because you are living your luxurious life in your in your place and going to a place which is very much difficult for you, because it is not a place which is worthy of your highness, because you are so much sacred and you are so good. So you are going to live there, and also you are going to die there in serving these thankless creatures. Okay. Take up the fifth stanza, girls. Take up the white man's burden and reap his old reward. The blame of those ye batter, the hate of those ye guard. The cry of hosts ye humor? Ah, slowly toward the light. Why brought ye us from bondage, our loved Egyptian nights? Okay, so what is your burden? What is your duty that you are going to go to these people who are not going to give you any reward? Rather, they are instead of giving you love, they are giving you hatred. And even though they are giving you hatred, you have to guard them. You have to protect them. You have to take care of them. And you are bringing a humor, a smile, humorous thing on the faces, on the crying faces. Okay. And you are bringing light in the darkness, but still they are thankless to you. So it's this thing that you are teaching them, you are civilizing them has become a burden for you. And then he says, take up white man's burden, ye dare not stoop to less, nor call too loud on freedom, to clock your weariness. By all ye cry or whisper, by all ye leave or do, the silent, sullen people shall weigh your gods and you. Now, these three lines, the last three lines of stanza 6, are very much ironic and full of meaning. When he says that even then they call for freedom, and then he says that all of you cry or whisper, and then these sullen people, these dirty people, these uncivilized people, one characteristic is that they are silent. Why are they silent? There are two meanings of the word silent. One, they do not know anything, that is why they are silent. Secondly, they have made silent. Okay, like they do not have any voice. When we have voice, we raise it. When we raise it for our rights. So they have become, they are silenced now. So they are people who do not even know how to talk about their rights. And they will weigh not only you, the white man, they will weigh your gods as well. Means this is such a tiring burden or a mission or a task to teach these people who are so very much uncivilized that it will weigh you and your gods as well. Like it is not only a tiring task for you, it is a tiring task for the gods as well to transform them into from uncivilized into civilized. Okay. And then let's go to the seventh stanza. He says, take up the white man's burden, have done with childish days. The lightly proffered laurel, the easy, ungrudged praise, comes now to search your manhood through all the thankless years, cold-edged with dear-bought wisdom, the judgment of your peers. So once again, in this stanza, the same idea is addressed that the native is thankless. The years of serving to turn them, to transform them into a good human being is lost because they are not going to be thankful to you, but still you are weighed by their by the burden of serving them. Now, this is very much ironical because we know, since we are also a nation who were colonized, that they did not come went to their colonies for the for like in real sense of civilizing people. Those people were already civilized in their own way. Like who defines what civilization is? Okay, it is not the one who has power and dominance can define what civilization is. Okay, the civilized are the ones like they are in their own way. Like, you know, I can give you an example from Edward Said, who is a very great critic of postcolonialism. He says उसने एक book लिखी है Orientalism. Okay, just to give you an example for this stanza, um, in Orientalism, Edward Said says that the colonial discourse जो Europeans लिखते हैं, ठीक है, like this one is a colonial discourse. In that, they show even the Muslims, they show about the people of Middle East specifically, which is the Muslim world, right? That they are uncivilized. Now we know that Islam is a religion which teaches the things that come under the category of civilization. How come that a colonial discourse can even categorize Muslims into uncivilized people? If someone who is obeying Islam cannot be uncivilized, is it true or not? Anyone, please? I need your response. It seems as if I'm talking to the walls.
Yes, ma'am.
How? Yes. Can someone please answer this question? Yes, girls, wake up. How can Muslim world be termed as uncivilized? Is it justified or not? Because the colonial discourse, according to Edward Said, has termed them as uncivilized who needs to be civilized. And they are represented as someone who are sensuous, okay, and who are barbaric and who need to be taught. Anyone from the class, girls?
Ma'am, it is not justified to that Muslims are not civilized people in their religion. According to their religion, Muslims are very civilized. They give respect to everyone, but in their point of view, Muslims need to civilization, but in reality, it is not justified.
Okay, very good. Okay, now my next question is, since we have done the white man's burden, now my question to you is that this is a colonial discourse, okay, which says that the colonizers are the most civilized men on the face of earth, okay, and it is a burden for them to go to the native lands and to civilize those people, to preach them religion, to tell them how to live. Okay, I just want your comments on this poem. And remember, it's a colonial discourse. Okay. I just want simply your comments about it. What do you think about this poem? Yes, anyone?
Ma'am, everyone has their own life, so it is not responsibility of others to civilize them.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Thank you, Laiba. Anyone else from your class? Yes, Shari. Hina. Zainab Matiur Rahman is not there in the class. Yes, Nadia. Yes, Hafiza. Fatima.
Ma'am, it is according to me, this poem is not based on the perspective of native people. Everyone has the right to do their sacred. Everyone has a sacred in their own way and worthy enough for everything. And
Okay.
this is not right to say that they are not worthy enough and they are uneducated.
Very good. Very good. Okay, girls. So today I have given you a little idea about post-colonialism, and also we have done a poem, so you know what type of literature is there. We will keep on discussing all these things, inshallah, in this course. In next class, we are going to do The Small Place by Jamaica Kincaid. Okay. I'll send you that and I want you to read it. If you get time, please do read it and we'll discuss it in our class. Fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll see you in our next class, probably tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. I'll let you know. But at the same time, okay? And please,
Okay.
I don't want you to be sleeping. I'll mark you now. Next class, I'll just take a notebook with me. I'll write down your names and I'll mark you for that. Your class participation marks, which are 5% of your complete of those 100 marks, and I'll mark you for that. Okay, girls? So take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz. Do you have any questions to ask me? Any questions?
No,
Okay,
ma'am.
fine. So see you inshallah in our next class. Till then, take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.
Allah.
देखिए अल्लाह हाफिज करने के लिए सारे बोल पड़े. Which shows that you were not sleeping as I assumed. You are there, which is a good thing. Okay, girls. Take care.
Okay.